and thanks for staying with us. The Border Operation Unit Zone A has intercepted trucks load of rice across the nation's borderline. Also on customs support, the CG continued to generate more revenue for the country alongside the seizure of a lot of goods from all over the nooks and corners of the country by its men all over the country. Plus, more reports. I am Egiseme Etienne. Stay tuned. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service and its management has made steady revenue generation since he came on board. Since he came on board, a lot of seizures have been made by various commands in the country. We now bring you some of the seizures made in 2024.
My operational visits to the zone and by extension to the command. And we've been trying to put a date around when we can see our officers and men working on this axis. Unfortunately, the exigencies of office has not allowed us to do that. But the good thing is that we have been following your developments, the progress that the command has made under your able controller. And we feel that it is necessary for us to use the launch of this special operation to come around here and make the announcement of the result of the operations in the first 2 weeks. So we're therefore happy to be at this important press conference in Yola. Today, as stated, we are here to update members of the public on our strategic efforts in addressing the critical issue of fuel smuggling. On display just behind us are 12 containers of illicit drugs, illicit goods intercepted through a combination of intelligence gathering, the product of interagency collaboration, and meticulous physical examination. The seizures on display include 1, a 40-footer container of 4,800 pairs of military/paramilitary camouflage rain boots and 67,320 pairs of various rubber footwear. I'm aware that during those last sets of seizures, there was some kind of contact with Turkish authorities to see what we can do. What the World Customs Organization encourages in this kind of situation is a kind of a customs-to-customs cooperation through an instrument of cooperation between us, so that it will allow us to exchange intelligence, it will allow us to exchange information, best practices. Particularly, it will also enable us to have access to data that can help us in investigation. And I can assure you that since the saga of One started, we have kick-started this operation. And it might be desirable for us to go to Turkey, but we don't really need to get into Turkey even before we start our process of investigation. Don't also forget that Turkey is a democratic state that has an embassy and is well represented in Nigeria. So we will be engaging with their mission in Nigeria to see how we can get as much information as possible. Let me also announce that I was involved as a younger officer in the plan to consummate a mutual administrative agreement in customs matters with the Customs Administration of Turkey. We left off that process at a stage, and I can assure us that what has happened now has created the opportunity for us to revisit that and possibly fast-track the conclusion of that agreement so that we can finalize it and leverage the provisions to get everything that we need.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The National President of COA has paid a working visit to Tinkan Customs Island Command with her entourage in the country. At the venue, the ACG has this to say.
The Customs Officers' Wives Association, COA, has inaugurated its secretariat at Tinkan to enhance its operations. The association's president, Mrs. Kikelomo Adini, who also empowered about 14 members, including widows, at the inauguration, said the new secretariat showed significant importance and underscores the collective commitment of the principles of support, empowerment, and solidarity that define COA. She commended the acting Assistant Comptroller General, Dara Nadi, adding that under his remarkable stewardship, the Tinkan Island Command surpassed an extraordinary milestone, crossing the 1 trillion naira revenue mark.
This visit holds significant importance for us as an association and for me personally, as it underscores our collective commitment to the principles of support, empowerment, and solidarity that define Customs Officers' Wives Association. Today, we gather to celebrate milestones and to inaugurate a new chapter of progress, symbolized by the commissioning of the Customs Officers' Wives Association Tinkan Island Command Office and the distribution of food items and financial support for widows in our communities and customs officers' wives that are being empowered. This act of generosity, made possible by the collaboration and dedication of many, exemplify the heart and soul of our association. Allow me to begin by commending a leader with a vision, dedication, and tireless efforts that have left an indelible mark on this command. Comptroller Dara Nadi, MNI, under your remarkable stewardship, the Tinkan Island Command has not only reached but surpassed an extraordinary milestone, crossing the 1 trillion naira revenue mark. And apart from the revenue generation, you have also uplifted the face of Tinkan Island Port.
She said that Nadi's leadership had transformed Tinkan Command with renovation and modernization of the administrative building, standing as a testament to his dedication to excellence. Adeni said that Nadi's achievements had not only enhanced the efficiency of the command, but also inspired pride in all those privileged to serve under him. She said that the commissioning of the office was an achievement as well as a legacy that will serve as a beacon of hope and progress for all members of COA at the command.
Small feat and reflects your profound commitment to the service and our great nation, Nigeria. Your leadership has transformed this command with the renovation and modernization of the administrative building, standing as a testament to your dedication to excellence. These achievements not only enhance the efficiency of the command, but also inspire pride in all those privileged to serve under you. More so, your unwavering support for COA is deeply appreciated. Your effort to provide us with a befitting office within this command speaks a volume about your understanding of the importance of uplifting the families of those who serve in the Nigeria Customs Service. Your generosity has planted seed of hope and empowerment, and we are forever grateful. Thank you so much, sir. And to your darling wife, our National Public Relations Officers at COA, Mrs. Chinelo Dera Nadi, who has led COA Tinkan Island Command with grace, strength, and unwavering sense of purpose.
Adeni urged COA members to continue to work on the path of unity, strength, and progress to honor the sacrifices of their husbands by building a strong, supportive, and impactful association. The COA chairperson, Tinkan Island Command, Mrs. Chinelo Dera Nadi, commended Adeni for her unwavering dedication to empowering the wives of customs officers.
Our vision at COA is clear: to ensure that every wife of a customs officer is free from poverty and empowered to self-sustainability. Our mission is to equip these women with the tools they need to attain economic independence, through education, sensitization, and capacity building. In line with this mission and vision, we are privileged today to have our national president commission the newly revamped secretariat. Additionally, we are proud to recognize some of our members who have completed the following skills acquisition programs: multi-purpose liquid soap production, pastry baking, production of all-purpose seasoning powder. As we celebrate this achievement, I would like to acknowledge that every journey presents its set of challenges, but there is a great satisfaction in overcoming them. It is often said that behind every successful woman is a supportive husband. And I would like to take this moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to my darling husband, Mr. Dera Nnadi, MNI, the former Customs Area Controller and the acting ACG.
She expressed her gratitude to her husband, Mr. Dera Nnadi, who is the Customs Area Controller of Tin Can Island Command, and his team for their support. The Acting Assistant Comptroller General of Customs, Dera Nnadi, appreciated the Comptroller General, Bashir Adeniyi, for giving him opportunity to head various commands and contribute to the revenue collection and surprised smugglers.
That my dear wife and the chairperson did not tell you is that when she resumed here, there was hardly any member. She started from the scratch to recruit members and encouraged them. There was no office, and she had to establish an office. And she also offered to copy what you have been doing, Ma, by empowering some of her members. I want to thank those members that kept faith with her and supported the innovation that you and your dear husband have started in Nigerian Customs Service. It is our belief and expectation that this dream, even when we live here, will not die. Since my wife is going to join you to further consolidate her stay as a national ESCO, Ma, we are making a promise not to abandon Tin Can chapter. Wherever we are, we will continue to contribute.
Nnadi commended all the officers in the command as well as the media for supporting him to achieve the milestones. The Assistant Comptroller General, who is also the Zonal Coordinator, Zone A, Charles Obi, commended Customs wives for supporting their husbands in building supportive communities. Obi said that the Secretariat will be a hub for empowerment and resources, adding that it will serve as a venue for shared experiences.
Support our custom officers. Today, we recognize that the role of our officers extends far beyond the borders of their professional duties. They are often the unsung heroes, facing challenges that come with the nature of their job. Their spouses stand by them as steadfast partners, offering encouragement, support, taking good care of the families, and understanding. It is these individuals, our custom officers' wives, who often bear the brunt of the sacrifices made in service to our nation. The establishment of this secretariat is a testament to our commitment to fostering a supportive community for these remarkable women. This space is intended to be a hub of collaboration, empowerment, and resources. It will serve as a conduit for networking, an avenue for shared experiences, and a platform from which initiatives can be launched that enrich their lives and the lives of their family members.
In her goodwill message, the Vice Chairman, National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, Princess Chi Eze, said that the command had made history by building the Secretariat. She said that the command also made history by crossing the trillion naira mark in revenue, adding that the achievement of revenue generation was only possible with the support of the stakeholders. She commended the COA president for empowering members and reducing poverty in the environment.
The chairperson of COA in PTLM Command has took time off to present good health education to members and also wives of Nigerian custom officers' wives who are operating at the zone. The controller of the command has this to say.
So instructive and enlightening. We got to know that about 30% of Nigerians have mental health issues, which means out of every 10, 3 have disability. That's what it means. So it only means we have to be careful how we handle issues. When we are stressed up, we look up to God to manage it for us. And you know, ourselves, we do our very best. So it's so enlightening and instructive. I love the discussion, the facilitators, so wonderful. With the various examples, strategies, just like my wife said. I think we put most of these things in practice. We are good to go. Depends on the program scheduled for the years. I know for sure that as much as possible, they come out with a program every quarter of the year. So we think let's minimum 4 times a year, you have programs, different types coming out.
The chairperson of COA also speaks on good health to the service of the nation.
The home has to be peaceful. Our husbands go out, they work all day, they face stresses from every area. When they come home, we expect for them to be the support system really that we are called to be. And for that reason, we have organized this so that they too can learn how to take care of them when they go home or when they get home, and even how to help them manage their absence when they are not around sometimes. Because just like our resource person said, sometimes you are posted out, you are separated from your family for quite a very long time, and sometimes you come home and you can't even recognize your children. Some of them have grown, some of them developed, some because maybe you're not there, and they miss their dad sometimes. And the mom at home sometimes is forced to be that bridge. We expect her to feed the space while he's not around, and when he comes back, it's easy for him to continue, and the reconnection is always there.
The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, has commended the Area Comptroller of Apapa Port Command, Comptroller Babatunde Olomu, for the command's outstanding revenue collection of over 2.2 trillion naira in the ongoing calendar year, and urged him to sustain the tempo. Speaking at the command's end-of-year party and award ceremony in Lagos, Adeniyi harped on the need for compliance and synergy as necessary strategies to greater productivity at the port, stating that compliance is a competitive advantage. Declaring a shared sense of commitment to trade compliance and excellence, Adeniyi was represented by the Deputy Comptroller General Caroline Niagwan, congratulated Olomu and all the officers and men of Apapa Area Command for the milestone achieved and the consequent multiple accolades.
Excited, I feel very happy at the compliance level of the command because the stakeholders here have really shown that compliance leads to increase in revenue. Because by the time you comply, the clearance time is reduced. When the clearance time is reduced, the clearance cycle is repeated, and then more revenue is generated. So I'm very happy.
On his part, Comptroller Olomu commended the NCS management for always providing the command the direction and inspiration to meet expectations. According to him, the party was aimed at strengthening the stakeholder bond as a community of government and private sector collaborators working together for the betterment of Nigeria. It is also designed to honor those whose outstanding performances contributed to shaping the command's achievements in 2024.
The custom officers of this command, all the stakeholders that have contributed immensely to make the outgoing year a grandiose year in our activities, which has to do with the successes of revenue collection, revenue generation, suppression of smuggling, and most importantly, national
security. Well, I feel elated. My company feel elated, and on behalf of my company, and on behalf of the chairman and the executive vice chairman, and the entire management, we want to really appreciate the Nigeria Custom, especially the Apapa Command, and we specifically want to thank the area controller because he has really shown us that we recognize our terminal as one of the people that contributed to the economy of this country.
Olomu noted that in spite of the low trade volume, the command achieved its target, reflecting officers' commitment and dedication to duty. He described compliance as a bedrock of all customs achievements in revenue collection, anti-smuggling, and legitimate trade facilitation.
The Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted 9 trucks of rice loaded along the nation's borderline. The controller in charge of FOU Zone A said his men also intercepted various vehicles carrying bags of rice across the nation's borderline. He speaks more on a number of issues.
The Nigerian Customs Service Federal Operations Unit, Zone A, Ikeja, has stated that its officers seized 4,010 bags of 50-kilogram rice along the southwest borders within 24 hours on Monday. The Customs Area Controller in charge of the unit, Controller Kola Oladiji, disclosed this while showcasing some of the seized bags of foreign parboiled rice to journalists at the command. Controller Oladiji, who noted that the rice smuggling was affecting the nation's economy, said these seizures were recorded in just 24 hours.
We succeeded to arrest at border areas in Ogun State, precisely bordering Republic of Benin axis. It's not a day job. We've been on intelligence on it for some time, and last night, when we felt that we have gathered enough intelligence, and we had it that they were to smuggle in this quantum of foreign parboiled rice, we decided that we have to strike. And we succeeded to intercept them. They were in smaller cars, but on sighting our men and officers, they took to their heels and took away the keys. But since our objective was to make sure that we arrested we collected those smuggled items.
He explained that they had been tracking the contraband for some time before finally intercepting it late on Monday. Giving details of the operation, Oladiji explained that the contraband was packed in smaller cars, but upon sighting his men and officers, the smugglers took to their heels and abandoned the cars. He said that in that singular operation, the unit intercepted 9 lorries, 6 buses, and 11 other vehicles carrying bags of rice.
I used to tell you in most of our briefing, we are always professional to the core when it comes to discharging our responsibilities at FOU under my leadership. We don't fire at our fellow human beings. We don't. In fact, since I came in about 8 months ago, we have not fired a single shot. And this is not an example of such. Our arrests are always based on credible intelligence. That's why, about 7 weeks ago, we made a similar consignment at a go. It's not that we don't have seizures. We have other arrests. You know, we are on one operation we call Operation Swift Exchange. This part of them. It's not only here. We are going to do a comprehensive press briefing before the end of the month. And you will see, we will showcase our activities of what we have recorded in the last couple of weeks. So this is just an activities of the last 24 hours.
He noted that because of the vast land borders the country shares with Benin Republic, some of the smuggled items do enter through bush paths. Oladeji lauded the Nigerian Army for always assisting the service when needed. He also thanked some other sister agencies for their assistance, without which sometimes they might not succeed.
Just before I round up this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where the CG of the Nigerian Customs Service and his men has continued to generate more revenue for the country. For me, Egisema Edine, thanks for watching.